With the hero of this story, we will delve into the world of virtual reality and RPG, where life is at stake. Enjoy the viewing. The girl recognized Rio and even seemed a bit pleased, at least that's how it appeared to the hero, although he saw no reason for it. Moreover, the guy thought she had gone far from that warehouse. The girl jumped away from the second stranger closer to the guy, and the man cursed. He concluded that he had fallen into a trap, and these two wanted to rob him. The girl kept her eyes on the opponent when a shot rang out in the air. Still, their fight attracted the attention of the bandits. The man couldn't escape the sudden attack, and a shot was fired in his direction. Rio watched as the stranger settled on the ground. He and the girl quickly hid behind the rocks where the guy had previously observed the brawl. Two bandits approached the man's body, each armed with pistols and bird-shaped armbands. The girl immediately recognized the men. They were members of the Vulture's gang, people you'd better not encounter not only in the dark but in general. The NPC suggested attacking the vultures first. She would try to distract the men, and Rio should find an opportunity for a successful attack. The girl was confident that they could handle it. She was good at dodging blows, and the guy knew how to handle a knife. Without waiting for Rio's approval of her plan, the girl rushed towards the bandits. Her initiative angered the guy. He hadn't had time to think through the details, and the men were already heading towards their hiding spot. The hero began to look for a way out of the situation, complicated by the fact that there were two men. When one of them caught up with the rock, the other lagged behind a bit. Rio noticed that the second bandit got distracted. The first man had come very close to the girl and reached out to her. The hero considered this moment ideal for an attack. All the bandits' attention was focused on the beauty. As Rio expected, the second man noticed him sooner. Instead of shooting, he shouted at the guy, giving him time to maneuver. He used the bandit as a living shield against the other's attack. The vulture was surprised and approached. Rio dealt a critical hit to the man who was closer with his dagger, inflicting 100 units of damage. As a result of this attack, the first bandit died. Following that, the hero forcefully pushed him onto the second bandit. In the collision, the second bandit suffered 2 units of damage and was stunned for 1 second. He held the dagger at the ready, taking advantage of the bandit's confusion, and delivered a sudden strike to a vulnerable spot, dealing 98 units of damage. As a result of the attack, the bandit died. The men fell to the ground with a crash, and Rio lost his balance and fell on top of the bandits. The fight with 2 armed opponents had reduced the hero's health to 20 units, and he felt exhausted. He decided to check the characteristics of the bandits' weapons: 2 pistols and 6 bullets, not a bad haul, although more bullets would have been preferable. The girl noticed Rio examining the loot. She approached him to claim her share. The hero agreed to share, considering they had successfully worked together twice. Rio handed half of the loot to the girl, and she stared at him in surprise. In this world, weapons were in short supply. The girl suggested searching each of the 3 deceased individuals and finding a safe place to divide the loot. Rio looked at his new acquaintance warily, but he understood that the sounds of gunfire might have attracted someone else's attention, and her suggestion to hide together in a safe place seemed logical. The two made their way between buildings and were almost at their destination when the moon rose above the city. Rio kept looking back, expecting to see anyone who might be following them, but Colin reassured him. She was always attentive when heading to her hideout. Lifting a hatch in the midst of a pile of rocks, Colin invited Rio to descend with her. The ladder was quite high, and every movement of the two echoed underground. After overcoming the last step, Rio glanced around. Colin had brought the hero to an underground storage, a place that seemed quite safe for spending the night. Alone at last, Colin decided to introduce herself to her new acquaintance and inquired if he happened to be a soldier.
Oh my.
Rio enjoyed the attention from the beauty and was pleased with the introduction. He wasn't a soldier, but in his free time, he practiced martial arts. Offering Rio some water, Colin realized that her question about special training had unsettled him. To ease the tension, she decided to share some information about the world. While Rio drank water, he learned about the people one could encounter above ground. Not everyone was bad, each person had both good and bad sides. To express her gratitude to Rio, Colin generously suggested that he rest in her shelter. It was a generous offer considering the joint effort they put into defeating their adversaries. However, the condition to leave the shelter the next evening put Rio in a dilemma. He remembered that the most dangerous time in this city was, indeed, the night. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave comments to help the new video come out as soon as possible. Have a great day.